Among the brightest stars in the Republican Party of the United States is Governor Ron DeSantis, who is a symbol for the future of the Republican Party. DeSantis served as a representative of Florida from the 6th District of the United States House of Representatives from 2013 to 2018. The year 2018 was a year of success for him. He defeated Adam Putnam in the internal election of the Republican Party to become the candidate for the governor of Florida. As a candidate for the governorship of the state of Florida, DeSantis was able to win in a close election against the representative of the Democratic Party, Andrew Gillum, and succeeded Rick Scott, the former governor of the state of Florida from the Republican Party during his term in office. Having won this election, DeSantis became the youngest governor in the history of the United States. As governor of the state of Florida, DeSantis played a significant role among the senior and promising members of the Republican Party and was able to play a substantial role in the Republican Party. As a former member of the US Navy, DeSantis has a strong military background. Thus, he has been able to cultivate a suitable base for himself among the veterans and military forces of the United States. From this, he has gained a lot of prominences. Therefore, if he runs for president in the next election, he will have a high chance of winning the votes of American people. DeSantis has not only a distinguished military record of service in the U.S. Armed Forces, but he also has a distinguished academic record in the United States. As a graduate of Yale University with a degree in history, he went on to study at Harvard Law School for a law degree. Having attended on one of the most prestigious private Ivy League universities has put DeSantis in a good position to capture the vote of the Americans' middle class as the next presidential candidate. DeSantis' brilliant military and academic record have put him in a superior position compared to most senior members of the Republican and Democratic parties. As a governor, DeSantis performed very well in the economic arena during his office. The state of Florida is considered to be one of the states in the United States that has the lowest unemployment rate among its residents. Aside from this, despite the rise in inflation in the United States, the state of Florida has experienced very positive growth in its economy despite the increase in inflation. According to the study in March 2019, survey by Quinnipiac University revealed that DeSantis is one of the most popular governors in the United States, with an approval rating of 59%. After carefully studying and evaluating the performance of world governments regarding the management of the corona pandemic, DeSantis created a comprehensive model of containment policies for Florida. This model has become a model of containment in the country. There was no closure of schools or a requirement to wear masks imposed by DeSantis. During Florida's tenure under the leadership of Governor DeSantis, the state took very reasonable steps to protect its nursing houses and limited the use of quarantines and other restrictions to limit the negative effects on the state's economy and society. The 2020 presidential election and several incidents, especially the January 6th incident, have pushed Donald Trump in a worse position among the supporters of the Republican Party. Among them, he is not very popular. The issue was to such an extent that at some point the rumor was spread that Trump plans on splitting from the Republican Party to create a new party, which he will call The Patriots. There's no doubt that the peak of Trump's disagreement with other members of the Republican Party is the separation between Trump and Mike Pence. This is during the time of Trump's presidency, after being nominated for the presidency by Joe Biden, which Pence was responsible for overseeing. Trump and Pence have had a tense relationship. In the aftermath of Trump's fallout with Pence, Trump announced that if he were to seek the nomination of the Republican Party, he would select Ron DeSantis to be his first running mate. During an interview with Fox News, Trump said DeSantis, the current governor of the state of Florida, is among the extraordinary people he would consider choosing as his running mate in the upcoming election, should he choose to run for a second term. In response to a question about whether he would consider DeSantis as a running mate, Donald Trump responded, "But you know, there are a lot of wonderful people out there, but I'll certainly give DeSantis some consideration." DeSantis was one of the first members of Congress to support him, which was a significant help for him when he entered Congress. I know him well. He is a unique person. At the same time, the news indicates that Mike Pence himself is preparing to run for the 2024 election. Several other Republican figures have sparked speculation about their interest in the candidacy, include former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and U.S. Senators Rick Scott and Tim Scott. Since the January 6th incident, Trump has been at loggerheads with some high-ranking members of the Republican Party. Trump's attempt to get close to Ron DeSantis shows the importance of DeSantis among the members of the Republican Party. DeSantis' combativeness on controversial social issues reflects Trump's influence, but DeSantis went beyond that and used government power as a tool in the culture war, something Trump talked about but never actually did. One of these examples is his defense of the Parents' Rights in Education bill, which prohibits classroom teaching about gender identity to students up to the third grade. DeSantis has been criticized by critics for his Don't Be Gay rule, which prohibits classroom discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity. For all the talk of DeSantis being a Trumpist, there is much about him that recalls the pre-Trump era. He was elected to Congress in 2013 as a Tea Party conservative. DeSantis has been a staunch supporter of school expansion and scholarship programs to help families send their children to private schools. He is completely anti-regulation. Conservatives financially supports businesses by creating a favorable economic climate. He is frank in answering reporters, but he never insults unnecessarily. He cares about facts and takes time to master them. DeSantis is the new party leader influenced by Trump, but without the flaws and character flaws of the former president.